Race issues in the United States are coming to a breaking point. The number of minorities being killed and intimidated at the hands of police and other political authority figures is growing. And though the killing and intimidation is being caught on camera, there are few prosecutions. In response to this, artists are creating protest songs that speak about these issues. Songs such as Beyonce's Formation, Logic's America, All Right and the Heart Part 4 by Kendrick Lamar, and This Is America by Childish Gambino. In this video, we'll take a look at the history of protest music, as well as a few protest songs that you may not have heard of before. Let's dive deeper. Protest music finds its American origins in Negro spirituals sung by black slaves beginning in the 17th century. These songs gave slaves motivation and inspired them to continue on. According to a Vox article, protest songs usually fall under two major categories: politically charged, topical songs taking issues with the government, or culturally focused, songs aimed at injustices facing marginalized groups. Along with the abolitionist movement of the 19th century came songs that fit into both categories, advocating for the end of slavery and taking issue with the politicians that had yet to make it happen. Along with the 20th century came protest songs about the labor movement, the Vietnam War, Ronald Reagan, and of course, the Civil Rights Movement. It is important to note that protest songs are not just those that are written to inspire protest, but can also include those that unintentionally became the sound of a protest. A New Musical Express article called "Protest Music Isn't Dead, It's Just Taken New Forms" tells the story of how Dancing in the Street by Martha and the Vandellas became the anthem for the Detroit riots of 1967. Modern protest songs are much more along the lines of Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit, a song written about the numerous lynchings of African Americans. They speak very explicitly about issues and very honestly name those in power who they believe to be at fault. There are 7 recent protest songs that have caught my attention. 1000 by NERD, featuring Future. This song seeks to inspire the listener to protest. By calling the listener a hero, the speaker is telling the listener that they hold the power to enact change. Don't Do It by NERD, featuring Kendrick Lamar. This song quotes a video showing the shooting of Keith Lamont Scott. The speaker discusses the fact that people may have the desire to practice civil disobedience, but no matter what, there will be negative consequences because of the power and racial imbalance that exists in American society. Kendrick Lamar's verse builds on this as he discusses that we've been seeing these issues for decades and they show no signs of stopping. Though the speaker is not necessarily encouraging the listener to civilly disobey, the repetition of "don't do it" may make it seem this way. Cop Shot the Kid by Nas, featuring Kanye West. This song contains samples from Slick Rick's children's story and from Richard Pryor. Nas and Kanye talk from the black perspective about fearing cops and the injustice that comes along with the killing of black people. The Slick Rick sample repeats in such a way that the listener can't help but to sing along. But at the end of the song, it leaves the listener questioning what they are singing along to. Deathless by Ibeyi, featuring Kamasi Washington. This song was written by Lisa Kainde of Ibeyi as a response to being racially profiled by a police officer. The song uses snippets of what the officer said to Lisa Kainde and repeats the mantra, "We are deathless," to let the listener know that no matter what happens, they can overcome. Church Liquor Store by Saba, featuring No Name. This song talks about the gentrification of Chicago. This is an issue that we've seen in urban neighborhoods for years. Gentrification is used in order to boost property values and standards of living in certain areas. However, doing so displaces the minorities that live in poorer areas. This song specifically talks about the gentrifying of a neighborhood to provide more alcohol and drugs, which will allow the people that live there to destroy themselves. Not My President by Oshun. Despite the title, Oshun is not just stating that they dislike Donald Trump. They are fed up with America's political figures in general. They speak against Trump initiatives like the wall, but they also talk about the crack epidemic, the KKK, and they advocate for the Obamas. FUBU by Solange. Of course, FUBU is an urban clothing line founded in 1992 by Damon John. The name an acronym for us, by us. The clothing line was synonymous with blackness and hip-hop culture from the mid-90s to the early 2000s. The song uses moments that are usually used against black people in order to empower them. Artists are speaking out about social, political, and cultural issues in the only way that they know how. As racial issues in America continue to evolve, so will the protest music that artists create in response. You can find all video, music, lyric, image, and other sources in the description box.